G'day champions. Today we're going to be putting this new steering dampener in the GU because the missus is complaining about a little bit of death wobble she's worried about. So I guess we'll see if this fixes it. That's what the tyre shop reckons. We'll see. Also we're going to have a little bit of a play around trying to fit some new tail lights in because these ones aren't working, so have a bit of a play with that later on. So this is what the kit comes with, the steering dampener. Obviously the dampener, the 2 pins, washers, nylock nuts, you know, the basic sort of stuff. And check out the old one. This is why we need to replace it. It has done probably 400,000 Ks. It's probably the original one, so it's pretty knackered. The bolts on the end ended up being about 3/4 inch, so just buzz most of them off with the rattle gun. You can get to 3 of them, but one you've got to do with a socket and a ratchet. You really only have to undo 2 of them and bang them out if you're just throwing away the dampener. I was having a play with this and I thought I'd give myself a nice little concussion here. Yes, that really is the noise it made when it hit my head. And to top it all off, like I just said before, I didn't even need to undo that. I can just bash it out with the hammer. Out with the old, and in with the new. I've mocked the new one up on the ground here, with the pins how I think they're supposed to go. Obviously the other one had the spring washers in a different orientation. You don't really need them because you're using nylocks, but I've just chucked them on anyway. I found it's easiest to put the smaller end in first, then compress this end and just pop it through. Just chuck your nylock washers on and then do them up to the required spec or the manufacturing specifications. Now look at that, pretty easy job, didn't take very long at all. And for 150 bucks or a little bit less depending on where you get it from, I don't think you can go wrong, especially if it gets rid of these death wobbles. I'll get back to you and let you know on that one. Right, I'm going to have a little bit of a look at these tail lights because they haven't been working since we got the car and I'm trying to figure out why. Now to pull the tail lights out, all you need is a 10mm socket and, you know, a ratchet will help too. So I've already got the tail lights here, I got them from the shop. You come in through these panels, there's one either side and it should be just 2 bolts. So pull them out and then you should be able to pop the tail lights out. They're just held in with little pins. So if you pull them, they should just pop straight out. Okay, and then after pulling on it for a while, go back and investigate and find that there's actually 3 bolts. So remove that 3rd bolt and then your tail light should actually just pop out. So here's mine hanging out on the wiring harness. I'm just going to unplug that so we can have a bit better of a look. Right, now that we can see them clearly, it's pretty evident why the tail lights don't work. Because there's no bloody holes and no bloody bulbs and no bloody wiring harness for them. I didn't know this. I'm not a patrol guy. Now I do. Don't try and get your tail lights to work. Apparently you can buy aftermarket ones that fit in the hole and then you've got to wire them up, but these are the only ones that work. The ones in the back bumper. Easy enough to change the bulbs on them because they're on the way out too and I've got the bulbs, so you just buzz them out and easier to fit from the outside. It's really annoying that the main ones don't work. Nobody told me. I didn't know that. I feel like I've just wasted a fair bit of time, but yeah, we might look at getting some that work in the rear. The ones in the pillars, obviously, the ones that should work but don't from factory. So I'll have a little bit of a play around with that and I'll have a look online, see if they're worth buying or not. See what people recommend. If you've got any recommendations for aftermarket tail lights that you can actually put bulbs in that aren't too hard to wire in, send me a message, leave a comment. Anyway guys, I've got these changed out. We've got the new steering dampener in. Hopefully it gets rid of the death wobbles. And hopefully it saves you some time from pulling out your tail lights if you watch this before you go and try and put new bulbs in. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you next time. Catches.